Most people know how James Bond likes his martinis.
Shaken, not stirred.
Bond insists the drink is shaken because he likes it cold, but he leaves the rest up to the bartender. However, there was one time 007 was far more picky.
Dry martini.
Oui, monsieur.
Wait. 3 measures of Gordon's, 1 of vodka, half a measure of quinoa lily. Shake it over ice and then add a thin slice of lemon peel.
Bond would go on to name that drink the Vesper, but even a recipe as specific as the Vesper will get tweaked slightly, depending on who's ordering it or where it's getting ordered.
James Bond shakes it, we stir it.
Alex McDowell, bartender at Gatsby's at the Abalon Inn in Howland, prefers to stir the drink.
But generally, I don't want to lose the botanicals in the gin, so we stir it.
It's just one example of how bartenders and customers are putting their own twists on classic cocktails.
Nothing's traditional anymore. Everybody tailors it to how they like it, and that's what you have to get to know.
At BoneShakers at the Timberlanes complex in Salem, bar manager Adam Gear is seeing a big demand for bourbon.
Manhattan drinkers, old-fashioned drinkers, bourbon drinkers, they tailor their cocktail. A little less of this, a little more of that.
No matter how you order your cocktail at Homestead Kitchen and Cocktails in Columbiana, it will likely include fresh ingredients.
Hyper-local is the term we're going for.
Bartender Joseph Conkle harvests most of the herbs directly from their herb wall behind the bar.
The herb wall is a big hit, so we try to source as much product as local as we can in that case.
One of the biggest trends bartenders are seeing with martinis is people ordering them dry, which means with little vermouth.
A lot of people nowadays, they're really scared of dry vermouth.
A lot of bars have it in a spray bottle. So it's a pumper spray, so it like mists.
If someone doesn't like vermouth, I'll just drop it in a glass and rinse the glass with it, dump it out, so it's barely in there.
Some customers will just tell you, don't even look at the vermouth bottle while you're shaking my martini.
Gear shows us one of his riffs on a martini he calls the Plum Dragon.
Instead of vodka, it's sake. Instead of vermouth, it's plum wine. A little bit in there, and then drop the garnish in.
Like the martini, a Manhattan has only a few ingredients: whiskey, bitters, vermouth, and a cherry. But again, there's room for interpretation. Gear uses a cherry bitters, while McDowell uses a regular bitters.
The old-fashioned, ours is a little special.
McDowell also tweaks his old-fashioned recipe, substituting a cherry liqueur for the sugar.
Little garnish.
At Homestead Kitchen, they make a lot of their own drink ingredients, like blue curacao.
What actually makes the liquor blue traditionally are the flowers from the island of Curacao. So what we did here is we took the flowers, infused it with our orange liqueur, and we end up with something about that color there.
Bartenders say when it comes to ordering a drink, there are no rules. It all comes down to taste.
My theory is, you're buying the drink, you drink what you like.
Price Heating and Cooling, serving the community since 1937.